All right, and we're live. Salute to the tribe. What's up? What's happening? Let's get right into this, man. What's going on, Queens? Know y'all like that. Yeah, I mean, what's up, fellas? To the grown fellas out there, the grown men, right? What's going on? Shout out to the young bucks out there that are getting the cheat codes to the game and utilizing them and elevating and being the example, right? We appreciate y'all, man. Our generations, man, we weren't going to listen. Couldn't tell us nothing, but y'all are listening. As long as what I'm noticing, as long as we're not taking jabs or taking shots at y'all, because no offense, a lot of y'all were raised by a single mother, so y'all can pick up on shade like that. Y'all pick up on shade like that. As soon as y'all sense shade, it's like, nah, old ninja, you gonna need. Okay, listen, we're working with you. Work with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in my Minister Jack voice. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm out here trying to bridge the gap here, right? Y'all are watching. I've seen different little videos. And when y'all make those videos like this, understand something. When you make videos where you're like, hey, listen, we see you, we appreciate you. That's why you see people imitating you and copying you because we you got some motion going on. When you're doing that, leave it at that. Leave it at that. Don't take it to where you put your emotion in it and then end it off with some, because a lot of y'all, y'all are you're taking it personal. You're internalizing it. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. You're not a therapist, okay? Right? Remember where you're getting the game from. Leave all that out, right? That I'm gonna tell you what that is. You want me to tell you what that is? That's you justifying watching without doing the proper means of support, i.e., sharing, dropping a comment, right? Hooking a brother up, and I mean, using my video, even if you're cutting out the part of the video where I'm in it, just part of my video, and helping, I mean, share my content around a little bit like that. That's all that is. But again, none of us are perfect, right? There's some truth in what y'all are saying with that. There's some, but take accountability of what you're doing that had you put that ending on there, right? But listen, these are 5 signs that a masculine man is more attractive than he thinks to high vibrational women. Where are my high vibrational ladies at? I want y'all to check in the comment section, right? We out here vibing high. We've gotten our routines down. We're past healing. We're in the growth phase. So, we're shining. We're glowing. Y'all need to be, trying to do what you got to do. Put yourself in orbit where y'all at. Gonna need more high vibrational conversations from these ladies so we can identify y'all. The chameleons aren't talking like this yet. They ain't on this high vibe talking. Plus, they wouldn't be able to do it. They're not going to be. See, this is how you do it, right? And I'm going to show you. We're going to start talking positively about the good women that we see. And there's no way a chameleon, even if she figures out how high vibrational women talk, that she's going to ever speak positively about men. So if you ladies speak positively about us, the way we're going to speak about y'all, we're going to go ahead and change the vibration, man. We're already raising the frequency. Let's keep doing that as a nation. Let's do it. So high vibe tribe, look, this is how you know that you're more attractive than you think to women. Now, the lower vibrational women watching you grow and you not letting yourself be available to them, they'll call you selfish. Whereas the high vibrational women, they'll see that you're, reserving your energy for selective groups of people you're networking with, and just that one particular woman that you find qualifies for you. And this makes you prestigious, and it puts you in a place where you're definitely a prize, and you're worth pursuing, right? We just have to create space for them, right? So, you guys that are online, put your heads together, come up with a way for us to create space for women that are still apprehensive. Let's start calling it that, about approaching men, because that's really the only way to do it. You can't go about this modern way of living where you want a traditional man in these modern times. You're gonna have to approach us like we're busy doing traditional things. And I'm gonna be real, speaking to the young bucks, because you guys around my age, what, 35 and up, you already know this. But you working on yourself, um, prioritizing what you need over anything else, it creates this energy that makes women want to have this great synergy with you, even if it's in a working relationship. Because here's the thing, here's the rub. Women like to compete with us and compare us to them, especially low vibrational women. But when women are looking for a leader, when women see, they assume when you go through stuff, let's say, um, for a man, let's put it like this: the struggle is what makes you into a better man and makes you into a more refined, more regal version of yourself. You get into that high vibrational self, because the more challenges you have, obstacles, they're really lessons, and those lessons, they refine you. They Every time one comes your way and you handle it, then it's like, oh, I got through that, right? Okay, then you start handling them more. You're like, I keep getting through it. And then, like I said, you start putting, your trust in God like you're supposed to. Then you start handling things in a way where you don't even get worked up or upset when they come your way. It's like, yeah, I've been here, done that. Whatever comes up, what I'm saying, I can handle it. And this kind of energy, man, it radiates and it draws women in, all types of women, low vibrational women, high vibrational women. And you moving in a way to where they can't really figure you out. They want to study you. Um, they're looking for a fault. They're putting you on a pedestal just so they can try to find something wrong with you. Well, they're not going to, and they're going to continue to grow their fixation on you, man. And excuse me, and uh, uh, uh they're going to put more time and effort into trying to figure out, like, is this a front? Is this a fake? Is this something that's a moment? Are you do you have somebody? Is there a woman in the background that's really getting you to this place where you're extremely attractive to women? Because again, when you get to that peaceful place, because let's be real, for the fellas out there and the young ones that are figuring this thing out, what I'm saying, as you're focusing on yourself, man, it's about having that peace. And the word peace, it's a simple way of saying, like, keeping your cortisol levels low, um, being able to allow for the lessons to hit you and allow stress, right? Because that's what, the struggle is what makes you a man, right? All the hardships. So you can allow stress, but you can't allow anxiety. And that's where the younger generation, you're pretty good at already. Y'all know how to identify stuff that causes anxiety, and you move away from it, right? But we're just trying to help you identify um, stress and how stress is good for you. Don't run away from that, right? Stress is what you put yourself under whenever you're working out, whenever you're studying something, whenever you're learning something, editing something, whatever, right? You can control that. Anxiety is a whole different beast, and that's where your cortisol and putting on weight and all kind of weird stuff throws you off. So as a man, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. We're working on refining all this stuff, and we've got it like, right, pretty good, and we're moving in this brotherhood, because the younger ones are learning from us. You guys is be better than us, right? Acknowledge the ones that you're learning from. It's going to bless you in the long run. Be better than us, right? You're already learning. And for the rest of us out here, also, let's do the same thing. Show gratitude to those that you are learning stuff from, and we're going to continue to just exchange the information and It's refining, men as a whole right now, and women are throwing some tantrums, the lower vibrational ones, but the higher vibe ones are just sitting back like, oh. And it's the consistency that they're seeing, and in the consistency, seeing that you're only getting better over time, that they're like, we gotta come back to the table a different kind of way. Like, what are your demands? What do you want us to do? Well, you're, first of all, you have to find a way to approach us, and again, creating space for them to approach. It's not a hard thing to do. It's not a hard thing to do. Creating space for them to approach. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Is simply having a sunny disposition, smiling, you guys, no matter what. Get your meditation time in, a couple of few hours or whatever, whatever time you got to yourself in the beginning of the day will set the mood for the day. And also that time where you're getting yourself to your calm, that's where your control is. That's your baseline. So if things throughout the day drive you off that baseline, identify what's stress, identify what's anxiety, but try to get back to that baseline, that control of your early AM meditations, prayer, all that good stuff, whatever you're doing early before you're giving yourself to everybody else in the day. Use that as a baseline. That'll keep you neutral, that'll keep you calm, that'll give you, like, if you're going out throughout the day and you're like kind of all over the place, be like, oh no, I'm not chill like I was this AM. Let me get back to that. You know what I mean? And then while you're doing that, also try to identify what knocked you off from that baseline and figure out how you can, get through your day without letting it do it again. But anyway, smash that like button, subscribe. These are the reasons why women find you extremely irresistible. Just moving to where you're consistently optimizing. It's visible. You're the way that you're able to just continuously upgrade. These women keep talking about, why can't guys evolve? We are evolving. We are, you know what I'm saying? And we're also, moving like a brotherhood to where they can't kind of like chip us off, through manipulation, mental manipulation, through their wordplay, the lower vibrational ones. And then the higher vibrational ones are still kind of in their ego, sitting back, waiting to see who's going to be the first one to jump, who's going to be the first one to start approaching these men, because we need more content on this. This is the evolution in the direction of things. So women got to get out there and stop being goofy about it. Like, oh, I'm going to Home Depot, and you don't run into no guys. Like, don't post a video unless you do run into a guy, and start posting videos of you guys, in action, approaching men and getting, I'm telling you, you'll never really, if you're doing it sincerely, you'll never really get turned down in no kind of crazy egotistical way. Seriously. And the way that we're moving, regardless whatever they say, this is making you extremely attractive. Like, women can't get enough. They're watching you, they're stalking you, they're studying you. If a woman's putting time into studying you, then you know that she's getting wet by you, man. She can't, probably playing with herself for a long period of time, listening to your voice rattling through the speaker, man. Probably got her, noise cancellation headphones on, just listening to your voice. I'm telling you, man. I wouldn't lie to y'all, man. These women out here going to the gym, trying to work off that, knowing that gym just can't hit that spot. They got to get that itch scratch, man. And we're putting ourselves in position, creating space so women can approach and make this thing happen. But anyway, again, you guys talk about in the comment section. It's good to be back. You know what I mean? You see, every time I take some time off, I'm just coming back even better, more relaxed, getting at this work. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, love and light. That is what's happening. Salute. I'm your brother, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.